Morning, Rach. Just trying to get the stream right. Okay. Morning, Alphabet. Buy and GameStop. So GameStop split today, and hey, user, whatever your name is. The headline news today. Well, Snap lost $5 off its price. So Snapchat. So that's an interesting one. It's about 30% of its value on bad earnings. So that's Snapchat. I'll put that up for easy pull. So 30% of its value currently on. Put it on the 15-minute chart. You can see this huge sell-off there for Snapchat, and it's still selling. That's Snapchat. GameStop, 4-to-1 stock split. So it closed at a little over $150 a share last night, and this morning when I woke up, it's under $40 a share because of the 4-to-1 stock split. So that's those are the two big, I'd say, big headlines this morning. There doesn't seem to be much in terms of movement again. I'm going to be patient today. Hey, Alistair. I hope it's not too hot in sunny Spain for you. Deliver? Deliver what? Pizza? Send it around to my place, young Raptor. Yeah, I actually, I'm at the back. So GameStop doesn't tend to trade much in the out-of-hours sessions. Most of the retail traders are like on Robinhood and Webull and, you know, other platforms that don't allow pre-market trading. So I'm expecting that GameStop, this is my own opinion, now that it's affordable to Joe Sixpack, the average trader on the street, I'm expecting that quite a few of the people that would be following the squeeze on AMC or Tblt or Redbox or whatever will now go and hodl GameStop. A little easy to get shares, so I would expect a little bit of a rally now that it's more affordable. Hey, Squibby. Yeah, well, Estepona's lovely. It's good beaches down in Estepona too. I like Estepona. Sold a few properties down just a little bit further down on kind of the Manilva beach. Back in the day, 20 odd years ago now. My goodness, time flies when you're slugging your guts out. And I like the Kessa Port. It's better than Porto Banús. Porto Banús is a bit garish and full of chavs. Whereas Ducasse is nice and tranquil. I like Ducasse port, it's nice. Estepona port, more of a fishing port, so although the Estepona beach is nice. Right, okay, so also got all I got was deliver. Well, if you can't send via email, just send it on. Just connect on one of my socials. Send it via Instagram, DM Instagram or something, and I'll get back to you. No problem. SDIG, which is a crypto stock, made $150 out of it. It's not a huge movement. Applied blockchain is up as well. Another crypto stock, crypto mining stock. Marathon. I'm watching Marathon Digital and Riot Blockchain. They are again crypto mining stocks. So the crypto mining stock sector is moving in a bullish fashion, in sympathy with Bitcoin, simply because Bitcoin is currently back up over 30. I wish it was 35,000. Back up over 23,000, 23,600 at the moment. So Bitcoin is rallying again, moving up again, and with all these crypto mining stocks. Ethereum's over 1,600 now, which is lovely. Cardano back over $50, 50 cents, and XRP still hovering around 37 cents. I didn't actually. Let's have a look. Tesla up at 825s. Good call there, young Raptor. But I actually wasn't paying attention to Tesla at the back end of the day yesterday. Once I was able to finish off strong, I went and watched the football. But yeah, broke over 800. So good call. On the back of those strong earnings results, or earnings type, the earnings print, whatever. XRP gang, absolutely. Although it's not moving as quickly as I would like it to, it's still moving up. So the crypto space, Tblt had a bit of a sell-off. I'm watching Tblt as well, based on it's still a short squeeze play. What is the current? Let me just have a quick look at the current short interest for Tblt. Still 132%. It's not moved. Doesn't seem to have moved. But 132% short interest suggests huge squeeze potential. And that's all it is, guys. That's all it is. I'm not saying it's going to squeeze. It's just squeeze potential. So the last time I saw numbers like this was GameStop last year. That's all I'm saying. And that did squeeze. So Tblt right now is 575. I'm moving back up. Just gone green again on the day. Did have a pullback here, but it's just gone green on the day. Up at 630s earlier. Looking for key levels pre-market. I'd say maybe 660, 665. Definitely 730. $8 for sure. 850 or 840. Looking on the daily chart is all I'm doing, and looking at the key support and resistance levels previously on Tblt over the last couple of months. Yeah, maybe I should, Alistair. Actually, I might actually do that. That's not a bad call. What could it squeeze to potentially? So it depends on where you take the start of the squeeze from. So it actually has been squeezing. That's the thing. But it's relatively low price right now. So it's a similar kind of price to what AMC was this time last year. It is a small float, which makes it a potential for a bigger squeezer. So it's a small float of just over 2 million. So it does have it's a much smaller float than AMC. It's a similar size float to what GME was. So $20 maybe, $15 at a push, 20 at the extreme. I would say 15 at a push for Tblt. If it squaws, I would say probably get a good $10 move. Yeah, so it had the stock split. So it was trading down around literal pennies, and then that had that 150 to 1 stock split. It was a literal penny stock, which took the price up to $20, and it's been selling off ever since. Now it's heavily shorted, so at $20 it started getting shorted there. So it's heavily shorted, and it's been shorted all the way down. Now, depending on where the shorts are actually holding, as to how much it can squeeze, I'm saying it could potentially go back up to the levels that it was at, which is about $20. So I don't think it probably will, but I don't see why $15 isn't a realistic expectation. If we do get the short squeeze, maybe a little bit of pressure, maybe a gamma squeezing in addition to it, then who knows? How long is a piece of string? I don't like putting price targets on stocks when you've got so many variables to factor in. It's complete mystic. It's complete mystic meg. Crystal ball predictions. But just looking at where it's been previously, and it bounced up to $14 when it had a bounce off the initial sell-off. But that was back in April. So could it squeeze up to 15? I don't see why not. Is it going to go to 15 today? No. Well, I'm not saying it can't. It could, but I sincerely doubt it. Not enough volume in the market for one. So 625 is a key level here. 624 is the previous hour's candle, previous high of the last hour. If it went up $10 today and it was all clean movements, absolutely. Could you imagine? Take 5,000 shares of there and it goes up $10. That's a nice 50 grand in the bank. 10,000 shares, another 100 grand in the bank. Happy days. That would be nice. Can't see it happening though, somehow. I don't know. I mean, Apld went up that much in a single day. What was the size of that move last month for Apld? Can't recall. Yeah, it was. It went up from Apld went up from 385 to 423 in a single day. So, and we got that. We also got when it moved up from 12 to 2370 a few days later. We didn't get as much on that one. It's a bit more expensive, so we didn't get as much on that one. But yeah, so it can happen. Is it going to happen? Well, let's see. No guarantees. no guarantees in life. That's the thing. Let's have a nice cup of tea. Well, hang on, guys. I wasn't a happy bunny last night either. I broke my favourite wine glass. That's not good. Yes, it is, Dylan. It's my main stream of income. I have a couple of sources of income, but this is my primary source of income. Yes, I've got lots of tips for beginners. Stick around. That's what this channel's about. This and the YouTube channel and everything else that I'm doing. It's all about giving resources to beginner trading. And the course in my profile is on the link tree is geared specifically for beginners to learn how to trade. What I would say is practice in a simulator. Learn how to read the charts, learn how to spot patterns, do technical analysis, spot areas of support and resistance. Those are all key initial factors for any beginner. If you can't do that, you kind of, for want of a better description, pissing in the wind. You're not going to be able to do anything. So you get the basics down pat first. Practice in a simulator. Learn a strategy that's a documented, proven strategy that is proven to be successful, that's proven to be profitable. Tweak it for your own emotional and psychological needs. Not everybody is good with day trading. Some prefer swing trading. Some prefer the longer time frames rather than the short time frames. I like to trade on the 1 and the 2 minute. I do trade the 5 minute patterns, but I prefer to trade the 1 and the 2 minute. I'm closer to, I'm not a scalper. I'm closer to a scalper, but I like to get in and get out, make some profits. My average hold time across the whole of this year has been an hour. So for me, starting a trade to finishing a trade, it's about an hour on average. Pinot Noir or Merlot? For house wines, I'd probably go for the Merlot. You can't go wrong with a Merlot. Yeah, paper trading in a simulator. So don't put any money on the line until you've mastered the strategies. But don't put any money on the line until you've practiced actually trading in a simulator. If you can't be profitable in a simulator with paper money, then you can't. You'll not be profitable with real money. So rather than, wow, Yoshishito just broke $2. Why? And a flat top forming up here at 210. This is Yoshitsu. If we've got any Japanese people in the audience, I do apologize for butchering the pronunciation. Okay, so Yoshitsu to acquire Tokyo Lifestyle Limited for 2.8 million. That's why this is moving up. That's just dropped 10 minutes ago. Didn't hit my scanners because it wasn't over $2. Filter out anything on my scanners below $2. I'll put that on the list. It's over $2 now. See it break this 210 before I start trading it though. A little bit of a pullback here. We've got above the VWAP, a little bit of a pullback here on Tblt. Watch it on the higher time frames with Tblt. It's probably more reliable. What's your advice for someone who's just starting with technical analysis on finding stocks? Which scanners do I use? Benzinga. These scanners are Benzinga, and Benzinga is more than just scanners and screeners. It's so much more. There's educational material on Benzinga. You get the news. I get the news in real time. I get alerts in real time. You've got the squawk, so the audio squawk if you want to use that. You've got the IPO and earnings calendars. Benzinga is fantastic. If you go into my profile, check the link tree. It's the second link down on the on the link tree, and if you can try it out for 2 weeks for free, 14 days free trial. If you like it and you think it's worth it, then use the discount code in that link, and I'll get you 35% off Benzinga. It really is a great tool to use. Like I say, I swear by it. That's where I get all of my trade ideas every single day is off Benzinga. Well, I'll say 85% of my trade ideas come off Benzinga. I look at other, former runners as well. So if something's been moving previously, like Tblt, I'm not seeing that on. Well, I am actually seeing it on Benzinga. So I guess. Well, I'm not seeing Marathon Digital on Benzinga right now, but I've got it on my scanners, so I probably picked that up on Benzinga in the first place anyway. But yeah, Benzinga, really, really good. Just click my face, so it's doing that, and then you'll see a link that says the TikTok trader. Just click the TikTok trader and follow the link tree. DK left broke. It broke out. Okay, there we go. Nice little flag. So look on the 5 minute here. Beautiful textbook bull flag on the 5 minute. This is your flagpole. Then you're getting lower highs, higher lows, and then you get the breakout. First candle to make a new high. That's your breakout. That was a textbook bull flag. And yeah, I mean, I teach all about bull flags, bear flags, flat top breakouts. You can see there was, I called a flat top breakout, but on the 5 minute it was a bull flag. On the 1 minute it was a flat top breakout. So we got the flat top with the ascending wedge, higher lows. Morning, Penn State. Well done, not very well. I'm glad I can be of service to some people on the stream. It's a bit too low price for me to trade just yet, but anybody that's trading at this price, if anything I can do to help. Yeah, Mackie, we all have those days. I was having one yesterday. The breakouts I was catching were just all fake outs, so I got about 4 in a row at one stage, and it'd go like 3 cents, 2 or 3 cents, and then pull back, and I was like, no, and not just pull back, but pull back heavily, like about 15-20 cents, and get me stopped out. Which so yesterday I was having one of those days, Mac. It happens from time to time. You've just got to dust yourself off, and you might. You don't let any of those trades get in the way of the next trade. Every trade is independent of another. So, and that's where you've got to think about it. The volume's good. Volume's good on this one. Yoshitsu, I think that's the right way to pronounce it. Yoshitsu. I might be wrong. Where's Tblt? Well, Tblt got up to rejected at the $6 area. Went up to 6.15, 6.16. But don't mind this pullback. It's a nice pullback on the 5 minutes. So if I look at it on the 5 minutes, a bit more like I said, with Tblt, the way that it's been behaving, it's better to trade this on the higher time frame, on a 5 or a 10-minute chart. It's probably better to be more reliable to trade this on these charts. So you wouldn't have got faked out on any of this coming down on this sell-off here. So yeah, but that's the point, Mac. If you're getting frustrated, get up and walk away. There's no point getting frustrated, because that will affect your trading. The kids' holidays, hate it. I wish I was a kid again. Carefree, screaming banshees. So what exactly am I waiting for now? I'm waiting for. So I have rules in my strategy, and that's the best thing to do. You can come back for the bell in an hour's time, there, Maka, and the thing is, we're more prone to getting faked out pre-market because of the lower liquidity and lower volume. That's just the way it is. So go away, take 10 minutes, take 15 minutes, however it is, just to calm down, clear your head, come back, and when you sit down, treat it as a brand new session. Start from zero all over again, and that's the best way to do it. So what am I looking for, Dylan? Right, okay, so I don't trade anything under $2. It's just part of my strategy, and I've documented my strategy down, nothing under $2. I try not to trade unless it's something moving really, really well. I'll try not to trade anything under $3. So I've got a preferred floor and an absolute floor in terms of price per share. My absolute floor, I will not trade anything under $2. I prefer not to trade under $3. So that's what I'm waiting for. So I'm waiting for stocks above $3 to start making a move. I'm looking for something with a good volume, relative volume, and I'm looking for good volatility. So I'm looking for something that's moving on the day 15%-ish or more, and it's got and ideally has got a notable catalyst that's causing that move. So, for example, TKLF, I just read out the catalyst there, which is this is your Shih Tzu. I just read out the catalyst there, why it's moving. They're acquiring another company, and which is not a bad catalyst. You see the histogram here, it's got good volume there on the histogram at the bottom, and it's making good moves up. It's already up 39% on the day. So it's got this has got everything but for the fact it's only $2.19. So some people prefer, if you've got a smaller account, then it's not a bad thing to trade some of these smaller stocks, because you can take bigger sizes and make more gains. So the size is not so much the gains that you make is not so much the price of the stock, it's the position that you take, the share size. If you take 5,000 stocks, 5,000 shares, and it moves 10 cents, you make 500 quid. It doesn't matter whether the share price is $2 or $20. If it moves 10 cents and you've got 5,000 shares, it's $500. So to get something to, and this is, you make it getting a 10-cent move on this stock, it looks like it's okay. And if you can get 10 cents every day, you're in for a good earnings. You can earn a lot of money just by taking 10 cents every day and just gradually increasing over time, increasing your share size. So you might take 1,000 shares, which you need $2,000 worth of equity. So, or you need $2,000 worth of buying power. You've got $500 in your account and maybe a 4-to-1 margin, you can take 1,000 shares. And then if it moves 10 cents, you've made $100. So on and so forth. If it moves 20 cents, you made $200. So that's why some people like trading the lower price stocks, because they can take a bigger position for greater gains. The problem with doing that is the inverse is also true. If you take a bigger position, you need to manage your risk effectively, because you can also lose a lot more. No problem, buddy. We'll still be here, Maka. $900 profit on that one. See, there you go. So not very well. It's just what a share is. So a share is an incremental fraction of the company ownership. That's essentially what a share is. So if let's just say we've got a float. So that's the number of total shares available to trade on the open market. So if we take, I'm looking at TKLF right now, and I'll just pull up the fundamental data on Benzinga and take a look for you. So a float is the number of shares available to trade on the open market. This one currently has a, doesn't say what the open float is, but it has 36 million shares outstanding. So 36 million shares. So if you take one share, you've got a 36 millionth ownership stake in that company. If you take 3.5 million shares, you own 10% of that company. So that's what a share is. So you are, by buying a portion of that company and then selling it for a higher price later, that's how you can make profits. Now, there are caveats. If you buy more than 4% of a company, in terms of the shares outstanding, if you buy more than 4%, there's all kinds of technical things that go on. You have to fill in ownership forms because you're taking what's known as a significant ownership stake in the company. So looking at the shares, if it's only a 2.5 million float, if it's only a 1 million float, you don't want to be taking 50,000 shares, because then you're effectively taking 5% of the company. You're going to have to fill out all the legal forms, etc. Is it 6.25 free float? Is that what it is? I'm only seeing 36 million shares outstanding. I'm not seeing the free float. Well, thanks for that. Not very well. Yes, he did. Which is let's just say that you got in on this pullback here. So the first candle to make a new high here. You got in on this pullback here for the break of 205. It's gone up to 240. Let's just say you got out at 235. So that's a 30-cent move. So if with 900, he's making 300. So $300 per 10 cents. So he might be taking 3,000 shares for that. You take 3,000, probably not very well, based on back of the BMAT maths, not very well, probably had 5,000 shares and got in maybe a little bit higher, took some profit, added back and did it that way. You let me know, not very well, what your average share position was. I would estimate you probably on 5,000 shares. But if you took 3,000 shares and rode that 30-cent move up, then you get $900. 3,000 shares at $2 a share is $6,000. So if you've got $1,000 in equity on your account, and you've got a 6-to-1 leverage like I do with capital markets, you could have made that $900 on your $1,000 equity. But I would say results like that are not typical. You're not going to be getting 10% gains every single day. I look for the 1% gain, approximately 1% gain of my buying power. That's what I aim for. So right now I've got buying power of 450,000. So I'm looking for 4,500 as my ideally. I've got a average daily goal of 5,000. But based on 1% of my buying power, I should be getting at least 4,500 right now. There you go. So 3,000 shares. I wasn't too far off. After doing this for a while, not very well, it becomes second nature. You do the maths in your head, and you're able to work out share sizes, how much you're risking, and that's a big thing. Is if you're doing the math in your head, I don't want to be risking more than $100. You might say to yourself. So if you're taking 3,000 shares, and well, how much is it? I don't want to risk more than $100. It's if I'm taking 3,000 shares, $100, work backwards to that, and that's I'm only going to risk X amount of how many cents or whatever it is. Yeah, 3,000 is on what I would class as a small account. A large account is 10 times that. It's 30,000. Okay. So, actually, a medium-sized, large account, you're talking in the millions. But I mean, where I'm coming from a day trading perspective, I start every month with $30,000. At the end of each month, I take what profits I've made and I withdraw the profit and leave 30,000 in for the following month. But give or take, kind of round up the withdrawal to the nearest 5,000 or whatever it is. So I'm averaging about 30,000 starting position each month. What I did in February is I showed that it can be done, that you can grow a small account, and I took a $5,000 account on the 1st of February, 19 trading days in February. Across February, I took a $5,000 account and turned it into a $79,000 account. We made $74,000 worth of profit on February. At one stage, I was over $106,000 up in February, so it can be done, but that takes a lot of time practicing, a lot of time honing your skills. But having a small account can be done. You're not going to do it. I wouldn't recommend anybody tries to do that in a month. Okay, what you do is small gains, and I recommend everybody takes a similar approach. Is what is your equity position? What leverage are you getting from your broker? Let's just say your leverage is 4x. So if you have let's just say a $3,000 position like you're talking about there, Dylan. Let's say you go with Interactive Brokers, because I know what their leverage position is. They'll give you 4 times margin on your 3,000, which means you've got $12,000 worth of buying power. So you're looking at that stage. You're looking for 1% of your buying power in terms of gains. That's also what you should be looking for in terms of your max risk on the day, your max loss on the day. So your goal and have it about break even. If you hit your max loss, you finish for the day and come back the day later. So your max, what you're looking for there with a $3,000 account is you're looking to gain $120 a day. Think about that for a minute. How much is $120 a day in the wider scope of things? And you'll find out that it actually makes a big difference. Don't think of it as $120, because that's actually $600 a week. That's $2,400 a month. So you need, that's over $60,000 a year, just on $120 a day, over $60,000 a year. So with $3,000, you don't want to be trying to make big gains, because if you trying to make big gains, you're going to make big losses. The whole point is you manage your risk and you protect that equity, you protect that 3,000. That you get 120 today, you've got 3,100 to trade tomorrow. You get another 120, you've got 3,250 to trade the following day. You see where I'm coming from? And that 3,250 that's on day 2. So let's say you manage to do $120 a day for the first week of going live on your actual account. So you started off with $3,000. That gave you $12,000 worth of buying power. At the end of the week, you've got an extra $600, round numbers, but let's say you've got an extra $600 based on $120 gains for 5 days. So you've now got $3,600, and you've actually now got $14,500 worth of buying power. Oh yeah, well, whatever, Flossie. My maths are not. or 30,000, whatever. So it's plateauing. It's kind of finding resistance up at 240, 245. Have you logged the ticket there, Alistair? I'm not having any issues. Yes, a third. Here for stocks, not vids. You're saying you take 10% of your profits. So I split my profits in 3. So at the end of each month, I withdraw my profits, withdraw my gains, and start again from 30,000 on the next month, give or take. I'll take a third of my gains and I'll reinvest it in longer term, less volatile holdings. I'll take a third and put it away in a savings account ready for the taxman, and then the other third is what effectively my cost of living, my week-to-week cost of living, spends, whatever I want to spend it on. I can if I've got left over, I might put more of that in and be a bit more speculative in terms of what I'm trading. That's usually where my crypto speculations come from as well. Okay, good stuff. It should come back to you. The problem with pre-market trading is that they're not very responsive before 9 o'clock, and then they get a bit more responsive after that. So you probably come back to you before the bell, Alistair. So you might be holding up, and then you'll be able to trade at the bell. It's a long time since I've had any issues with CMEG. I've had issues with Interactive, but not with CMEG. How long did it take me to get good at this? I consistently lost money for about 7 months straight before I turned the corner and started being profitable. And I still have times when I still have days and weeks where I'm losing money, but in the main, Redbox is making a move. Why is Redbox? Oh, it's low volume. I thought that we're done with Redbox. Let's have a look at Tblt. Is that moving up again? Potentially. Bit of a cup and handle setup here on the 5. There's your cup. Here's your handle. So look for the breakout of 620 on Tblt. 616. It's a lovely cup and handle formation, which typically would break upwards, and there's potentially a good 80 cents there. I would be conservative and go for 50 cents. Or look for 650. Look for the $0.50. If it breaks out, look for the $0.50 on Tblt. You swing trade mostly, double day trading when you've got days off from work. Yeah, well that's a good way to do it. And I wish I'd got into swing trading first. Swing trading is much less stressful. It's put on the trade, put your stop and your take profit in, and away you go. And then just forget about it. Come back later, check on how you're doing, and just hold it for the duration until you get stopped out or you hit your goal. So swing trading is much less stressful. It does require a little bit more fundamental analysis than day trading. All you really care about in day trading is the price action. It's more technicals than fundamentals. So all you really care about, you don't get married to any of these stocks. If these all go to zero or got delisted or whatever tomorrow, you don't care. You just get in, get out, make your gains, and have done with it. That's what day trading's about. It's all about making money, making profits. Swing trading, on the other hand, because you're holding it for a longer period, a few days or weeks in some cases, you're holding it for a longer period. You want to make sure that what you're putting your money in is not going to go bye-bye overnight. So you do a little bit more fundamental analysis. Make sure that what you're expecting has a higher likelihood of happening. Yeah, that is, you're absolutely right. That is what's known as an engulfing bear on all time frames. So I was just looking for other time frames. So it's on the 1 minute, and then not so much on the 2, but certainly on the 5 minute. It's an engulfing bear, which is again a bearish pattern or a reversal indicator or an exit indicator if you're in up there. So well spotted, not very well. So you've got the engulfing bear on the 1 minute, which not as reliable anyway, but on the 5 minute absolutely is. So what is an engulfing bear? So before anybody asks what is an engulfing bear, an engulfing bear is when you've got a bullish candle moving up, a green candle moving up, and then you get a reversal candle which is bigger than the previous green candle. So it starts above and finishes below. That's known as an engulfing bear, and it's which is one of the reasons when I'm saying you do get pullbacks on the 1 minute, and when I'm saying you're in an upwards trend, get out when you get a red candle makes a new low. So as you're moving up, get out when a red candle makes a new low. You can always get back in if it reverses and moves up, but it's a good indicator that helps you manage your risk. It's if you're moving up and you get any reasonable sized green candle, if you get a couple of wicks or something or dojis, it's usually an exit indicator anyway. But if you get a candle like this that makes a new low, you should be getting out here at the new low. So the low of the green candle here would have been 236, so you'd have got out at 235 when it made a new low. And engulfing bears are a reversal indicator or an indicator of a pending pullback. That's what that is. Where do I trade from? I trade from home. Are you talking about location or country? Or I'm actually based in Ireland. I trade the US markets, the New York Stock Exchange and the Nasdaq, etc. Ouch! Just electrocuted myself. Get some rubber sheaths, or I've got aluminium knob for that for my lamp. I'm gonna have to get some rubber sheaths because that's the second time I've been electrocuted on that lamp. Probably a dodgy earth somewhere. RLX Tech. Nothing moving up with any kind of velocity at the moment, so I've not traded anything bar SDIG today. I thought I'd take a little trade with SDIG whilst the crypto markets were moving up. Tblt moving back up again. Oh, I missed that one. That cup and handle breakout. Look at that. I was calling this as well. 620. I'll look for a potential entry. On the hourly 620, 624, 625, 620, the cup and handle, but also on the hourly, there's a lot of indicators saying 620 and I missed it. Handle patterns, absolutely, 100%. Conor McGregor's a tool. He's a good. He was a decent fighter. He's not won a match in 5 years, mind you. But he used to be a good fighter. But as a person, he's a horrible cunt. Terrible individual. Yeah, absolutely. You need to learn candle patterns, and I've included the insight on the course. So if you're on the course and you haven't checked out the reading material, the encyclopedia of candle patterns is in there. Make sure you check that out so you'll know what I'm talking about. We start talking about shooting stars and hammers and you know, engulfing bears and things like that. I try not to talk about things like that because a lot of people that come on this channel, it is a beginner channel that's aimed at the beginner. I try not to talk too much about in technical jargon or proprietary jargon. I prefer to keep it in lay terms so that people can actually understand. So what is a doji? I just mentioned a doji. This here is a doji, where the close price and open price and close price is pretty much the same. Give or take a cent or two. This going to go against me. Is that the devil? I thought we were going to get a fill then. I want the devil horns. Yeah, and those dojis are usually a sign of a reversal. So why I actually took an entry here is beyond me. So if it breaks below 630, I'm due. I made that mistake, and even though and as soon as I pressed the button, buy the button, I like, what are you doing there? Yes, it candle made a new high, but you've got exiting indicators all over the place there. So you're always looking at the fresh oncoming. Well, you're looking at the whole thing. So I'm looking at the fresh oncoming info. So right here, I've got the as rightly highlighted by Superchip, a gravestone doji, which it looks like the in the olden days used to make the little crucifix and stick it on the to mark a grave. That's what a gravestone doji is. Okay. You can get a hammer doji, which is effectively where the price action is at the top of the doji. You get a shooting star, which is at the bottom of the doji, at the bottom of the action. So that a doji like that is a reversal indicator. Then you've got the wick up, then you've got another wick up here. And as soon as that wick went up, I thought, do you know what? I've just entered for what's known as the devil horns. On the You've got the little horns here. They look like horns. Two almost parallel upwicks, which show it's a sign of weakness. It's a sign of seller strength coming in. And I've just entered on the devil horns, which basically says, Tony, you're an idiot. So I held and waited for a candle to break a new low and just got out. Oh, you can't see that? Why not? Oh, I can see it on because I've got the chat open on my desktop, and you can see it on the desktop, but I don't know if you can. It depends on your phone resolution, I guess. Would it have been good if you put it at the bottom start of the green? Yes, of course it would. But the whole point is, so we've got to pull back there now, so I can get in here for a potential move up. The point is, you can't when the candle opens, you don't know if it's going to go green or not. You want to be getting in at a breakout level on a pattern. Okay, Kyle, what are you trading today? You're going to be Snapchat? Are you looking for a bounce on Snap? I'm looking for, right now here, I'm looking for the $0.50. 650 at least. Or I can take a little bit of profit. Well, you've not seen they lost 30% of the value overnight. $5 down. Big gap down. half dollar, half and whole dollar. So whole dollar is a double zero on the cents. A half dollar is something and 50, 6.50, 5.50, 7.50, 50, the 50-cent level, half dollar. Quarter dollar, 25 and 75. Quarter, half, and whole dollars are very psychological levels in these lower cap stocks, which is why this should break the half dollar based on that cup and handle, but based on the cup and handle pattern breakout. However, that being said, I didn't get in on the breakout, which I should have done. But that being said, the half dollar is likely to form some a bit of resistance. So if I can get 10 cents out of this, it means that and I can take some profit up there. If it then pulls back, I'll get out for break even. But if it continues, I can actually make more of it. If it pulls back, I'm in at 638, so if I'll give it 10 cents again, which is pretty much where I got out last time. So I got out at 626 last time, and I should have got in. The high of this little candle here was 630, so I should have got in for the break of 630. I could have made the 10 cents. I didn't. It's okay me talking a good game, so they say those who can do and those who can't teach. I guess that's why I developed the course. I've got rusty all of a sudden. Yes, Kyle. Tblt was cruel to me yesterday, early doors, and then came good in the end. And I'm going to round this down to 625. It's a psychological level, the quarter dollar level. It breaks 625. And I'm doing what I say don't ever do. I'm adjusting my trade plan to accommodate the trade. I was going to give it 10 cents, and then I said, look, quarter dollar's just there. I'll wait for the quarter dollar. It should have been out at 628. So when you adjust your trade plan like that, it very rarely goes for you. It usually goes against you. What is pre-market trading? Pre-market trading, you've got pre-market, post-market, and active market trading. The active market is 9:30 till 4 p.m. East Coast, USA, East Coast time, New York time. You've got 4 a.m. till 9:30, so that's 5.5 hours before the market opens is the pre-market. And then you've got 5 hours after the market closes, which is the after hours, the aftermarket. Okay. So Tblt's being cruel to me today, again. So that's what pre-market is. It's certain brokers are allowed to trade pre-market. It's a bit more dangerous in terms of pattern breakout trading, simply because you've not got as many people trading it. You've not got as much volume or liquidity in the market. So breakouts are a little less reliant. And if I look at my statistics, so I'm just pull up my statistics. In July's been strange for me, because normally the history of my trading career, and even this year alone, most of my gains, the majority of my gains, come between 9 and 11. So between the hours of 9:30 and 10:30, that first hour of the market, that's where I make most of my gains. However, in July, I've been making most of my gains, funnily enough, just in terms of the hours traded, in July from 1 till 2, and then after that from 11 till 12. So I've actually been making more money between 11 and 2 than I have in that first hour, which is madness. I've actually been losing money in pre-market in July. So go figure. Just looking at my statistics now, maybe I shouldn't stop trading pre-market just until July's over, until we get a bit of a more volatile, hotter market back. It's been low volume, so that's twice I've got stopped out, and twice I got stopped out at the bottom of the move. So sometimes, if you have a bit more patience for the trade, it is a bit of a W. But the problem with this W is that the side of the W is the same as the middle. So you're looking at what? Low of 25, high of, so looking at a 20 cents move for the breakout. Yeah, possibly. You've got the $half right in the way there as well. So W is a double bottom, and they typically break upwards. They're a typically bullish pattern. I'm looking for in order to get the W, you need it to complete, by the way. So it needs to get up to 2 for the breakout. You're looking at 640 before you can consider that the double bottom. If it doesn't get up there, there's no entry. You can't get in before 640. Now we're consolidating around 630, 625-ish. That's up to you. I'm not telling anyone. I don't tell anybody to. Yeah, I saw Givo just pop up. I didn't see the news, but I just saw it pop up. I've not looked at. Let's have a look at the action. So it popped up and sold off. Oh, I don't like that at all. So from Givo signed sustainable aviation fuel sales agreement with American Airlines for 100 million gallons per year for 5 years. In today's economy, not sure whether that's a good catalyst or a bad catalyst. DKLF. Yeah, so this was a lovely VWAP bounce as well. So this came back all the way down. Like you say, there's a nice hammock doji on the 5 minute, but this came all the way back to touched the VWAP and bounced lovely. So that's a VWAP bounce. And if you wonder what the VWAP is, this blue line is the volume weighted average price. I'm kind of kicking myself for the break of this. Should have been able to get in here. It's break of $6 on that one. Ah well. Get the next one. What is a hammer? So I'll pull one up and show you. So this one would have been a hammer, but you can't really see it. Okay, so we'll look at this on the 5 minute. So this is Tblt on the 5 minute. You can't see that. This one's a hammer. This is a hammer doji. You've got hammer candles and you've got hammer dojis. This is a hammer doji. It's where the price action is at the top of the candle, and the wick following down. So the wick is your hammer handle, and then your price action is your hammer head. That's what it looks like, a hammer. And if I zoom in so you can actually see it. See this here? I'm circling. This little action here, it looks like a hammer. You've got a handle here with a head there. So hammer candles are quite bullish because they show a lot of buying pressure. Down wicks are quite bullish. Up wicks are quite bearish. When you've got two, it's a mixture of the two. Okay, so paying attention to the wicks is also important. Pay attention to the wicks on the candles. It shows you what direction, which has more momentum. Is it the bulls or the bears? Is DTSS doing? I'll have a look for you. It's not doing anything today at the minute. Super chip DTSS, so data C. It's very low volume. There's nobody trading it at the moment. It's sideways. It's 2.5% down on the day. Very sideways. 216 it's trading at. It's not doing much at all. Well, most of its gains from yesterday's little rally though. I mean, it popped up, sold off, and then rallied into the close. So it's held most of its gains. It's still above $2, but there's nobody trading it. Guys, what you're doing me dirty here. I've got 600 likes and 30 people in the stream. And you can't say I'm not giving you gold in terms of information, in terms of education here on this. Come on, get that like. I should have been well over 1,000 likes by now. We've only got 20 minutes before the bell. Yesterday before the bell, I was feeding the dog a treat at 3,000 likes. So everybody just to put at least 10 taps on the screen. Give me 10 of those hearts. It just helps with the algorithm. That's why I'm asking for interaction. And if you're not commenting in the stream, which is great, just every time you learn something new in the stream, just give it a bunch of likes because you've learned something new, okay? And that just helps with your algorithm. It says that the stream is engaged, that the people are engaging with the stream, and it'll just push it out to more people. So this is a nice, again, this is kind of a bit of a cup and handle type setup as well. There's your wonky cup, arm and a handle now. So if you get above 238 on your Shih Tzu, you potentially could have another run up. Yeah, this Tblt. I called out the flaming 5 minute cup and handle, and I didn't take advantage of it once it broke. So this is where I should have been getting in at 616. It went all the way up to 644. Ah, 28 cents. Kind of annoyed that I didn't get that breakout. Busy not paying attention. Marathon Digital's moving up. And if you don't want to pay $13 or $14 a share, then Riot Blockchain is the alternative. So these are moving up with the crypto market. Stronghold Digital, another crypto mining stock, moving up with the crypto market. Applied Blockchain, it's up. It's having a bit of a consolidation. It's underneath the VWAP right now, so don't trade it until it's back above the VWAP. But SPY's looking strong. I mean, it's down on the day slightly, but it's very close to the green line, so it's moving upwards. It's above the VWAP. I'm thinking that after the bell, we should get some momentum from the S&P 500. Snap, way down at lows. $11 a share right now. I remember Snapchat back at was it beginning of the year? Was it $50 a share nearly back in January? Fallen, how the mighty have fallen. Ah, now I have to feed the dog. Here you go, Miyako, you can have your duck. She's asleep. She can have that when she wakes up. If you're wondering what the snoring is, it is my snoring chow-chow. Do we really want to do that? Probably not. Let's see. This is also a hammer candle, because this is more like a mallet hammer, but that's also a hammer candle, where the action takes place. The open and closes at the top of the candle. Now, a green hammer candle is more bullish than a red hammer. A red hammer candle is bullish, but a green hammer candle is more bullish than a red one. Now, I just got in here for the break of a new high on this pullback. I've got in a little bit larger than I really wanted to. So my risk is going to be a little bit larger than I really want it to be. I'm still looking for that $1/2 break. Didn't really want to take 10,000 shares, but I'm in now. I don't know what just disconnected. Something disconnected, but I don't know what it was. And then just reconnected. I don't know what that was. Or some cold tea. Lukewarm. It's better than it's better than cold. So we've got 13 minutes to the open. Don't really want to be in this. I don't really want to be trading this at the open. It's not looking strong enough to gap and go. I mean, it's only up 11%, which is not bad, but it doesn't look strong enough to gap and go. It might dip and rip. So what I mean by dip and rip is at the open, I have a bit of a